Today I'm going to talk about my favorite game mechanism in New York Slice. This is a game from Bezier Games that I just played for the first time on Wednesday, and I cannot wait to play it again because I had a blast with it, which should be no surprise because it's an I Cut You Choose game, and I really love I Cut You Choose games. Two of my favorite games are Isle of Skye and Castles of Magic and Ludwig, both of which are very much I Cut You Choose. New York Slice puts a really interesting twist on I Cut You Choose. I mean, the basic premise of the game is on your turn, you are dividing up a pizza into a number of segments equal to the number of players, and then the player to your left chooses one of those segments and so on around the table until it gets back to you and you take the last available segment. The twist, though, is that every round there is a daily special. A daily special is a little tile that adds a bonus or a twist to the rules for the player who has that tile. And so when it's my turn to divide up the pizza, I get to choose on which segment that round's daily special goes. So I can put it on any segment, or I can even make it a segment of its own. So if there are 6 players, I can make 5 segments that are just pizza, and then one segment just by itself is the tile, because sometimes the tiles are really powerful. Sometimes they're actually hurtful. So in the game that I played, I had a tile that gave me -2 points. So it actually decreased the value of one of the segments in the game. Many of the tiles are good. They make things better for the player who chooses them. I really, really love this twist. The pizza itself is really fun and interesting to decide up how to divide up the pieces. You're looking at majority, you're trying to get the most of each type, or you're trying to flip over a piece when you get it to score for the pepperoni tiles on it. So it's you're balancing long-term gains versus short-term certainty. But the daily specials just add a really interesting twist because like the order in which they come out matters. There's a bunch of daily specials, so in any given game you're going to see maybe half of them, maybe even less than that, but they might come out in a different order. You don't know when they're going to come out. You don't know where they're going to be put on the board. And I love that interesting decision, both when you're deciding where to put the daily special when it's your turn, and deciding if it's worth taking it when it's not your turn, when you're one of the people who are selecting the segments. I really, really love this twist on I Cut You Choose. I think it's really innovative, really. Like even in those games that I mentioned, Isle of Skye and Castles of Magic and Ludwig, there are no really rules twists that go into that I Cut You Choose aspect of the game. And it could be, maybe there's an expansion. Maybe Bezier Games will do an expansion for Castles of Magic and Ludwig that adds a twist like that. Yeah, brilliant mechanism. I'd love to see this in more I Cut You Choose games. If you have a favorite mechanism that adds a twist to an I Cut You Choose game, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Or if you played New York Slice and you want to talk about that, your favorite mechanism in that game, I'd love to hear that as well. Thanks.